What if your soul chose this life long before you were born? A 1,200-year-old manuscript erased from history, until now. The truth about your soul's origin was hidden, because it gave you power. Before you were born, your soul made a choice. This book reveals it. They didn't want you to know what happens before birth. The Codex does. Imagine discovering a book that tells you exactly what your soul did before this life. They erased a page from the story of your soul. Are you ready to read it again? What if everything you've been taught about life and death was only half the truth? The Codex, a manuscript so dangerous, it was hidden for over 12 centuries. This isn't fiction. This is the secret history of your soul's journey. Stop everything you're doing for 30 seconds. Because this could change the way you see your entire existence. Have you ever felt like there's something missing from what you were taught about life, death, and who you really are? As if someone had erased a page from the book of your soul? Turns out you were right. 12 centuries ago, a manuscript revealed humanity's most closely guarded secret. And it was intentionally erased from history. Not by accident, but because it gives you a power that many don't want you to have. The knowledge of what your soul actually did before you were born. And today, it resurfaces. The book, which few dare to mention, describes in detail the sacred stages the soul goes through before incarnating. The Codex. Anime in Latin is an ancient manuscript written more than 1,200 years ago by a secret order of mystics. They say it contains maps of the soul's journey before, during, and after life, revealing secrets that religions and governments have hidden to maintain control over people. Each stage reveals a piece of who you are and what you were programmed to forget. Imagine knowing clearly why you were born into this family in this body at this time. Imagine understanding your greatest challenges, your deepest pains, as part of a much larger plan. A plan chosen by you before descending into this world. We're not talking about loose theories or modern philosophies. We're talking about an ancient map of the soul, guarded for centuries, passed down only to a few initiates away from the eyes of the world. If you access this knowledge, your life will never be the same. You will understand that nothing happens by chance. Every person who crosses your path has a reason. Every obstacle is a stepping stone to something greater. And most importantly, you will realize that there are no victims in the universe. You are, and always have been, the architect of your journey. Recognizing this is the first step to moving out of the feeling of helplessness, guilt, fear, and taking command of your existence. How many times have you looked at your own life and thought, why am I here? What is the meaning of all this? Most of us go through life as if we were on a runaway train. Events happen. People come and go. Challenges arise in tofu. And everything seems so out of our control. That feeling of emptiness, of lack of direction, doesn't happen by accident. It's the side effect of having forgotten who we truly are and what we came here to do. But what if I told you that before you were born, you knew exactly the reason behind every step you would take? According to the Forbidden Book, before incarnating, your soul undergoes a profound preparation process. You, as a free consciousness, chose your parents, your physical body, the challenges you would face, the missions you would carry. All of this was decided in a state of total clarity and wisdom. Without fear, without doubts. Your soul knew that every experience, even the most painful ones, would be an essential part of your evolution. Just as gold is purified in fire, your soul knew that only through experience could it expand its light. In the most amazing part, you were not alone in this planning. You were guided by beings of light, masters, spiritual counselors, loving consciousnesses, who helped you design the perfect life for your growth. When you understand that nothing is by chance, your vision of life changes radically. Pain is no longer punishment. It is training. Losses are not punishments. They are opportunities to make room for something greater. Difficulties stop being burdens. They become keys to the next level of your journey. This awareness transforms suffering into power, transforms fear into wisdom, transforms doubt into faith. So now, close your eyes for a moment and ask. If the answer resonates within you like an ancient whisper, then you are ready to remember your soul's journey. Now, let's understand the 7 sacred stages your soul goes through before being born. According to the Codex Anime, before incarnating, your soul passes through 7 sacred stages. These stages are like the backstage of existence, where all the preparation happens. Each stage has a purpose. Each stage shapes who you are. And knowing this process is like receiving the map back. The map that was taken from you at the moment of birth. The call of the universal consciousness. Many of us go through life with a silent, almost imperceptible feeling. A longing for something we can't explain. A sense that something is missing even when everything seems right on the outside. This feeling is not imagination. It is an echo of the first stage of the soul's journey. The call of the universal consciousness. According to the Codex Anime, everything begins when the universal consciousness, the beating heart of all existence, issues a call. This call is not an order. It is not an imposition. It is a loving invitation, a silent music that crosses dimensions and reaches your soul, wherever it may be. When your soul hears this call, it remembers. It's time to evolve again. It's time to live a new experience. It's time to return to the sacred game of physical existence. At that moment, you, as a free soul, have the supreme choice to accept or not accept the call. And believe me, if you are hearing this now, it's because somewhere, a long time ago, you accepted. You chose to return. You chose to live. You chose to feel love grow. Make mistakes. Start over. Even now incarnated, the call continues to echo. It appears in moments of silence, in the sparkle of a child's eyes, in the beauty of a sunset that makes you cry for no reason. In that restlessness that makes you seek answers society never gave you. Recognizing the call is recognizing that you are not just a body. It is accepting that your existence has a much greater purpose than just working, paying bills, and going with the flow. When you begin to consciously listen to this call, your life changes. You start to seek more meaning in your choices. You feel the urge to align with the truth of your soul. You start to remember, even without understanding, how if this call vibrates within, you now know are ready to remember what you have forgotten. Stage 2: the life review. Do you carry guilt and regrets that seem to hold you back? How many times have you caught yourself thinking, if only I had done things differently? If only I'd said what I kept inside. If only I could go back in time. Most of us live trapped by these invisible chains. Regrets from the past, guilt that paralyzes us, mistakes that seem unforgivable. And yet, deep down, we know that all of this is part of something greater. But what if I told you that even before being born, your soul had already reviewed all of this and more in a single, profound experience of consciousness? According to the Codex Anime, the second stage of the soul's journey is the life review. Before diving into a new body, your soul is invited to revisit everything it lived in its past existences. And this review is different from any human judgment. There is no punitive God pointing a finger. There is no shame. There is no condemnation. There is only consciousness and love you feel in the first person, each act you performed, and the impact it had on others. If you hurt someone, you feel that person's pain. If you healed someone, you feel their joy. If you inspired someone, you feel that person's soul expanded. The life review is a great lesson in empathy and cosmic responsibility. Not to punish you, but to teach you so that you can grow and evolve. Knowing that your soul has already reviewed your actions completely changes the way you deal with mistakes and regrets. You understand that mistakes are not the end, they are tools for learning. Guilt is a prison. Consciousness is liberation. Forgiveness is not a favor to others, it is a gift to your own soul. From this understanding, you can begin to live with more lightness, more compassion, and more responsibility. And the beauty is, you can at any moment change the impact you are creating. Imagine that you could do your own life review now, while there is still time to change what needs to be changed. Close your eyes and ask yourself, if I had to review my life today, what would I want to change? What impact am I leaving on the people who cross my path? What mark do I want to engrave on the eternity of my soul? This awareness is a gift. Stage 3, the Council of Souls. Do you feel like you need to make important decisions but don't know who to turn to? So many choices, so many possible paths, and often the feeling of being completely alone to decide. But what if I told you that you have never been alone? That there is an invisible, loving, and wise force that has been guiding you long before you were born? In the third stage of the soul's journey revealed in the Codex Anime, you meet those who have walked by your side since before your first breath. The Council of Souls. After the life review, your soul is taken to a sacred place, a plane of pure light and consciousness, where it meets with the Council of Souls. Imagine a silent room vibrating with love. Beings of light, ancient, compassionate, immensely wise, gather around you. They know you better than you know yourself. They remember all your journeys, your struggles, your victories. These beings do not judge, they welcome. And together you analyze the lessons your soul still wishes to learn, the wounds that still need to be healed, the abilities your soul longs to develop. It is in this council that the plan for your next life is drawn. You discuss which challenges you will choose to face, which souls you will meet along the way as allies, teachers, or even opponents. What great mission your soul will seek to fulfill. And yes, you actively participate in this plan. Nothing is imposed. You choose with full consciousness. Knowing that you have always had a loving spiritual team by your side completely transforms your perception of life. You begin to realize that strong intuitions are not just impressions. They are signs sent by this council. Important dreams, chance encounters, even difficult pains can be parts of the plan. Drawn with love and more. You understand that you can reconnect with your council even now, through meditation, sincere prayer, deep silence. You can hear these ancient voices again. You can ask for clarity, strength, guidance. Stage 4, the choice of life purpose. Days that pass, the same, dreams that seem distant. A feeling that you were born for something more, but still haven't discovered what it is. That feeling of emptiness is not a mistake. It is the sign that somewhere, your soul still remembers the mission it chose, but that you forgot as you crossed the veil of physical existence. After reviewing your past lives and planning your next steps with the Council of Souls comes the most sacred moment of all. The choice of your life purpose. According to the Codex Anime, the soul does not incarnate without a mission. It chooses with clarity and love. What will be the great lesson, the great transformation, the great impact it will seek in this existence? This purpose can manifest in various healing relationships from past lives, developing compassion or courage, inspiring and awakening other souls, bringing new talents and wisdom to the world. Each purpose is unique. Each mission is irreplaceable. And most importantly, your soul never chooses an impossible purpose for itself. You were born with everything you need inside you to fulfill what you chose. The first key to remembering your purpose is to pay attention to what deeply touches your soul. Ask yourself, what situations awaken my passion and energy? What kinds of problems in the world would I like to solve? What would I do with joy? Even without receiving anything in return, your purpose is hidden in these simple answers. It is not outside you, waiting to be found like a lost treasure. It is already pulsing inside your heart like a discreet flame waiting to be fed. Moreover, the challenges that repeat the most in your life are also precious clues. The greatest pains carry the seeds of your purpose. What hurt you most in the past may be exactly what you came to heal in yourself and in others. Stage 5, the choice of body and family. Many people believe that birth is a random lottery, that you simply appear in any family, in any body, in any place. But the Codex Anime reveals something very different and much deeper. You chose all of this before incarnating. Your soul in full consciousness was led to visualize different possibilities of bodies, family, lineages, social and historical environments. And among all the options, you chose the one that best matched your life purpose. I know this idea can be hard to accept, especially when we look at lives full of pain, abandonment, poverty, abuse. It may seem absurd to imagine that someone would choose to go through that. But your soul does not think like the human ego. It sees every difficulty as a tool, every scar as a catalyst for awakening. It chooses not the easiest path, but the most powerful for its evolution. You didn't choose your parents for external appearances. You chose them for the invisible lessons they carried. Perhaps to learn forgiveness, perhaps to break cycles of pain that have been repeating for generations, perhaps to strengthen yourself through overcoming. The same goes for your body. You chose the physical characteristics, the genetic predispositions, the limitations or facilities, because they would be perfect for the challenges and achievements you set out to experience. Nothing, absolutely nothing, was a mistake. When you understand this, you begin to look at your personal story with new eyes. Pain ceases to be injustice and becomes purpose. Resentment toward your parents or the environment you were born into can dissolve into understanding. You realize that the souls that challenged you the most on earth are often the ones who loved you the most in the spiritual plane, those who agreed to play difficult roles for your growth. And the transformation happens here. When you honor your soul's choices, you unlock the true power within you. Instead of feeling. Thanks for watching.